Welcome to Tech Talk Central. My name is Nathan. Thank you for joining us for another deep dive.
And I'm Sarah. Today we've got a really interesting comparison.
We do. We're looking at two of Garmin's absolute top-tier smartwatches, the Forerunner 570 and the Venu X1.
And our mission today is really to cut through the marketing noise. These watches, they both look amazing on paper, but they are fundamentally built for different people.
Right.
We want to distill the key differences both technically and, philosophically. One is clearly for the serious endurance athlete. The other is more for high-end lifestyle and health tracking.
Okay, let's unpack this then. We know you're looking for those aha moments that really justify the price. So let's start with the most obvious thing, the design philosophy, because that tells you pretty much everything you need to know right off the bat.
They share almost zero design DNA. It's actually fascinating. The Forerunner 570, well, they call it the Advanced GPS Running and Triathlon Smartwatch. That's its label.
It's a tool.
It's a tool, exactly. It's designed for performance, for training metrics, for recovery above all else. Physically, it's a pretty robust 47-millimeter watch, slate gray aluminum bezel.
And crucially, it keeps that classic Forerunner feature, the physical buttons.
Yeah.
In a world where everything is moving to touch screens, why are buttons still such a big deal for a serious training watch?
Because serious training happens in the real world, in the rain, when you're sweating, when you're wearing gloves in the winter.
Right.
A touchscreen is great for scrolling notifications, but when your heart rate is redlining at the end of a hard interval, you need that tactile, clickable feedback you can rely on.
No question.
The Forerunner is built for that moment where failure just isn't an option. Those buttons guarantee it'll work.
Okay, so here's where the Venu X1 just completely flips the script. Its description is thin and lightweight, designed for all-day wear. And instead of that rugged aluminum, you get a scratch-resistant sapphire lens and a titanium caseback. That just screams premium.
It does. The Venu X1 is all about aesthetic integration and comfort. It has the thinnest case in its lineup, just 8 millimeters. That is exceptionally slim for any GPS watch, let alone one with this many features.
And that thinness isn't just about how it looks, is it?
Not at all. It's critical for comfort when you're sleeping. If you really want accurate all-day health metrics, you need a device that doesn't annoy you overnight.
That's a great point. It's a better sleep tracker just because you'll actually wear it to bed.
Exactly.
And there is one fascinating little design nugget on the Venu X1 that really shows its focus on lifestyle convenience.
The flashlight.
A built-in LED flashlight.
Yeah, think about that for a second. The Forerunner has features to track you across 100 miles in the wilderness, but the Venu has a flashlight.
Oh, right.
It's the perfect utility feature. You're in a dark tent looking for keys or just need a little light after an evening run. That kind of real-world utility is a massive differentiator.
So we've covered the outside. What happens when you turn them on? Let's talk about the displays and, maybe more importantly, the battery life.
Okay, so what's fascinating here is the battle for screen real estate. They both have these beautiful, bright AMOLED displays, but they're tuned for different things. The Venu X1 has what Garmin calls its biggest display at a full 2 inches.
Wow, 2 inches.
Yeah. The Forerunner 570 is a bit smaller, 1.85 inches on its 47-millimeter case.
So if you're all about viewing maps on your wrist or reading full text messages, the Venu X1 wins, hands down. But we know there's no free lunch. Does that massive screen impact the endurance the Forerunner is so famous for?
It absolutely does. And this is especially true when you're doing something demanding like GPS tracking. When we look at the battery life, the Forerunner 570 is the clear endurance winner.
Okay, give us the numbers on that trade-off, because for the athletes listening, this is often the single most important spec.
For sure. In standard smartwatch mode, the Forerunner 570 gets you up to 11 days. The Venu X1, with that larger screen, is up to 8 days. So that's a 3-day gap, which is pretty significant.
Yeah, it is.
But the real difference, the one that's a deal breaker for serious athletes, is in GPS mode. The Forerunner 570 gives you up to 18 hours of continuous GPS tracking. The Venu X1 drops down to 16 hours.
Hold on. Isn't 16 hours of GPS still? Isn't that overkill for 99% of people?
Yeah.
Why is that extra 2 hours on the Forerunner really the deal breaker you say it is?
Because it's for that 1% who push the absolute limits. That 18 hours is the difference between comfortably finishing a tough 100K ultramarathon or a full-distance Ironman without battery anxiety,
Ah.
versus having your watch potentially die in the final miles. For those athletes, every single minute of GPS data is crucial for their analysis later. The Forerunner sacrifices a bit of screen size specifically to pack in the battery for those true endurance events.
So the trade-off is perfectly clear. You get the maximum visual experience and comfort on the Venu X1, but you sacrifice a little runtime, or you get guaranteed maximum battery on the Forerunner.
Precisely. The Forerunner is optimized for the 9-hour-plus events. The Venu X1 is optimized for the 9 to 5 life, plus your daily workout.
All right, let's dive into the features, because this is where that identity split gets even more interesting. They're both high-end, they share a lot of great stuff. They both have the built-in microphone and speaker for wrist calls.
Yep, and more importantly, they share Garmin's best coaching platform. They have the key advanced metrics that really define a premium Garmin watch.
Okay, so let's break those down. What are we talking about here?
Specifically, the training readiness score, training status, and HRV status tracking.
Okay, for anyone listening who isn't deep in the Garmin world, let's quickly define those. What is training readiness?
Training readiness is basically Garmin's magic formula. It takes all your recovery data, your sleep, your stress, your recent workouts, your HRV, and it distills it into one simple score that tells you, hey, am I ready for a hard workout today, or should I take it easy?
So it's like a personal coach on your wrist.
It is, yeah, a dynamic, personalized coach.
And what about HRV status?
HRV is heart rate variability. It measures the tiny fluctuations in time between your heartbeats. A healthy HRV is a really strong indicator of good recovery and a balanced nervous system. By tracking it overnight, Garmin gives you a much deeper insight into your body's state.
Okay, so they both have this incredible coaching engine. Where do they start to diverge? Let's start with the Venu X1 and its pull towards general wellness and navigation.
The Venu X1 is built to be the ultimate all-rounder. While the Forerunner is hyper-focused on running, the Venu tracks over 100 preloaded sports. It brings in things you just won't see prioritized on the Forerunner, like detailed strength training and, this is a big one, advanced golf features.
That golf functionality is a huge differentiator.
It really is. The Venu X1 comes with maps for more than 43,000 golf courses. It gives you yardages, it tracks your game, it turns the watch into a genuine golf tool. You don't buy a Forerunner for golf.
And what about navigation beyond the golf course, like hiking a new trail?
That's another massive win for the Venu X1. It has built-in maps and GPS, plus it's compatible with an Outdoor Maps Plus subscription.
What does that get you?
That lets you download extra data layers like high-res satellite imagery and even ski resort data right onto the watch. The Forerunner 570 has basic route following, but the Venu X1 is a true navigational device, and it uses that big 2-inch screen to make the maps really clear.
Okay, so shifting to health. What does the Venu X1 explicitly highlight that makes it the more comprehensive health watch?
It really emphasizes the 24/7 wellness features.
Oh,
Things like the body battery energy monitoring and pulse ox for blood oxygen. Body battery is great. It tracks your energy levels all day so you know when you should push and when you need to recover.
And both watches can technically do this stuff, right?
They can. But the Venu X1 makes it a core part of the daily user experience. Their primary features, not just secondary training metrics.
Okay, so conversely, let's look at the Forerunner 570. If you are that dedicated runner or triathlete, what does the 570 offer that the Venu just can't match?
The Forerunner 570 is a specialist. It's focused entirely on optimizing race performance. Its activity list is very specific. Running, triathlon, track run, cycling, open water swimming. The whole system is designed to switch between those sports seamlessly in a race.
And what's the key technical advantage for that serious runner? I'm thinking about tricky environments.
It comes down to GPS precision. The Forerunner 570 explicitly features multi-band GPS.
So what does that mean in practice?
Think about running in a big city like New York or Chicago with all the tall buildings. Those buildings create urban canyons that can bounce satellite signals around and mess up your tracking.
I've definitely had that happen.
Right. Multi-band GPS uses multiple frequencies at the same time, which dramatically reduces those errors. The Venu X1 has great GPS, but it doesn't have the pinpoint multi-band precision of the Forerunner.
So the Forerunner prioritizes accuracy over map visuals. And what about the safety side of things?
It also prioritizes safety features that are critical for long solo training sessions. It has incident detection and assistance, which can send your live location to emergency contacts if it detects a crash or a fall. When you're hours into a trail run by yourself, that offers some real peace of mind.
So wrapping this all up, what does this mean for you, the person trying to choose? The 570 is, without a doubt, built for the runner or triathlete who needs that multi-band GPS precision, maximum battery, and integrated coaching. It's a performance machine.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the Venu X1 is for the person who wants the biggest screen, the thinnest, most comfortable design for daily wear, powerful onboard mapping for things like hiking and golf, and a huge variety of sports profiles. It's the ultimate premium daily driver.
The analogy I keep coming back to is that the Forerunner 570 is like a finely tuned Formula One car. It's built to shave seconds off your personal best in a very specific environment. Maybe not comfortable for daily driving, but unbeatable on the track.
And the Venu X1 is the high-end luxury SUV. It's smoother, more comfortable for everyday life, it handles a way wider range of activities, and it's packed with all the smart tech you need, even if it sacrifices that absolute peak performance for the most extreme events.
So the choice really boils down to whether you prioritize the dedicated training experience or the everyday wellness and style experience.
Absolutely. If your training data is your primary currency, the Forerunner 570 is the right tool. If comfort, visual mapping, and holistic health tracking are what you care about most, the Venu X1 offers the more satisfying overall experience.
Well, we hope this deep dive into the Garmin Venu X1 and Forerunner 570 has given you the clarity you need to make a choice.
And before we go, here's a final thought to consider. Is Garmin, by making the Venu X1 so incredibly feature-rich, actually blurring the lines between its lifestyle and performance brands? Is the Venu becoming the flagship that appeals to most athletes, leaving the Forerunner only for the true ultra-specialists?
Something to think about. To find the latest prices and deals on both of these watches, be sure to check out the links in the description below.
And if you want more insights and quick knowledge on the latest tech, hit that subscribe button to Tech Talk Central. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.